Australia has among the strictest controls in the world when it comes to handling food and serving alcohol. But there's one area we're desperately lax: the ice in our drinks. Lisa Goddard explains.
Can I just get a glass of ice, if you don't mind? Cheers.
3 of the samples had faecal coliforms.
If you've had readings up near 1900, you may as well make ice out of the creek down the road.
Take this ice in a glass. It looks harmless enough, but a third of the ice we tested could actually make you sick.
Out of the 30 samples, 10 of them really showed levels of bacteria that you wouldn't expect to be there.
We know our food is supposed to be handled and stored in a certain way. But what about your ice? To see what's really in the ice we are being served, we collected samples from pubs, clubs, restaurants and popular fast food outlets. The samples were sent to independent microbiologist Glenn Pinner for testing. What grew in the petri dishes in his laboratory will surprise and disgust you, with bacteria including traces of faecal coliform. Yes, it's exactly what you think it is.
Where you find faecal coliforms, it really shows that there's been some poor hygiene problems, and it often associated with staff themselves.
These purple and white spores are from ice collected at a popular tavern. Bacteria levels here were a staggering 19 times above Food Safety Code guidelines. Ice from another tavern 14 times over. In all, ice from 2/3 of the fast food outlets we tested failed, and 1/3 of bars served as ice contaminated with bacteria. Jimmy Mee owns Ithaca Iceworks. His family has been making ice for decades, and he's not surprised his bagged ice came up clean every time because every cube is treated with ultraviolet light.
The temperature is not what we're worried about. It's the hygiene before the ice is put in that bag. I've got to just make sure it's fine.
He warns there are backyard cowboys who are not maintaining their equipment, something he's spending nearly $60,000 a year on to keep his ice safe.
Ice can be harmful if the amount of bacteria that is in it is high enough to make people sick.
Food safety coach Rochelle Williams has seen test results like this before, and so have we. A decade ago, we tested ice at outlets across Australia and found high levels of bacteria. The risk is serious food poisoning.
Yeah, it's only ice, but it contains water. Bacteria likes water. Bacteria needs water. So in other words, it's just the same as food and needs to be handled in exactly the same way.
Jimmy Mee says our results should be enough to trigger a serious investigation. Put simply, experts warn
It's not safe. And until people realise that ice is an ice is a food. And that's how it should be treated.
Lisa Goddard there with a timely warning coming up to summer.